What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review tonight. Big show tonight, Monday Night Raw, as we kicked it off with Stephanie McMahon. Steph was out there talking about she was going to give Daniel Bryan a corporate makeover. And they pretty much showed a clip of him giving him a steak dinner and buying him a suit. Talking about being a corporate makeover. And Daniel Bryan came out talking about what he has to do with SummerSlam and what's going to happen against him and John Cena. And he talked about John Cena there, and talking about how John Cena is nothing but an entertainer, and Daniel Bryan is a wrestler, he says. He pretty much came out. People didn't really like the look, but I guess they tried to like it. And he talked about John Cena. John Cena goes back to his mansion and stuff. If he ever got fired from the WWE, Daniel Bryan will be all over the road, from armories to gymnasiums to small arenas, even wrestling just in front of 30 people, because he knows he's a wrestler. All Cena does is get to be in these movies and TV shows and on boxes of cereal and stuff. And pretty much he's 5'8" and everything. And how John Cena's been king of the mountain for over, he's been the big guy for over 10 years now. It's time for him to fall, and he just stays in his house with all this stuff. And I don't know what John Cena's house. I've heard John Cena's house from that Total Diva show or whatever. How it's big as shit and he's balling, and how Daniel Bryan lives, or what I heard. But Vince McMahon came out talking about Daniel Bryan. How he looked like a miniature Mick Foley and stuff in that suit. It looks like kind of back in 1998 also, when they tried to do with Mick Foley, have him be corporate a little, wearing that suit out there, and talking about stuff may have to go and everything, and how Cena's just been championing everybody and stuff. He's just there just had to be some changes. You want to be champion, you want to know what be WWE, like, shave the beard until Wade Barrett. He called out, we're gonna need a barber, and they had a chair out there, and Wade Barrett came out, which honestly, Wade Barrett's nothing but a fucking jobber now. Wade Barrett's reached the lowest point of his career. He's supposed to cut Daniel Bryan's beard off until Bryan attacked him, threw in the chair 2 times, and shaved off half his beard then. And God knows why. Listen, we all know Wade Barrett's a fucking jobber right now, and we're just putting Wade Barrett even lower and lower as he already is. It's just gotten ridiculous now, Wade Barrett, and now Daniel Bryan just beating him up just for shits and giggles and whatever. So, pretty much like that. Alberto Del Rio went against Rob Van Dam. Ricardo Rodriguez was back after his 30-day suspension or injury or whatever. Van Dam won pretty much with a roll-up after Ricardo was trying to use the bucket, but RVD dodged the bucket and threw Del Rio in the bucket. And pretty much after that, Del Rio kicked the shit out of Ricardo Rodriguez and started beating him with the bucket, and then threw him in the steel steps and kicked the steel steps while he was inside it. Very strange how they have Alberto Del Rio beat up Ricardo Rodriguez after he just returned after his 30-day suspension. So, kind of strange of how they did that. And the only thing I don't understand why The Miz was on there on commentary. Why is The Miz hosting SummerSlam? This is why The Miz doesn't do anything right now. Sometimes I'm wondering, like, Jesus Christ, man, what happened to your career? You'll even get a match at SummerSlam, but for some reason you're hosting SummerSlam and being on commentary out here for some reason. I don't know why, but pretty much Del Rio beat the shit out of Alberto Del Rio, give him more, as a bigger heel turn so he can get a better reaction. Cody Rhodes was out there saying he had something for Damien Sandow. He had the briefcase, which is pretty much like it was chucked from the river, the Gulf, and it was all muddy and damp and beat up. And Sandow came out there saying he won his briefcase now. Sandow went in for the case. Cody Rhodes started fighting him, then knocking him out of the ring, taking the contract out, which was all wet, and just giving him the briefcase. So I guess Sandow has his briefcase back now, or something, or I don't know. It's Sandow and Rhodes. I guess Sandow has his briefcase and his contract back. Ryback went against Mark Henry. Mark Henry won pretty much. Ryback walked out on countout. Henry won the match. So it was like, yeah, it's supposed to be this big WrestleMania rematch, but it was like whatever. So I don't know, Ryback is technically a bully now, or cowards. Are they gonna do this thing with both of Mark Henry and Ryback? I don't know. It's gonna be done like they did at WrestleMania. The Bella Twins, when the bad talking about Total Divas, and the Eva Marie girl came up there and stuff, and God knows why that girl isn't fired yet. And Natalia pretty much say they're trying to talk about Natalia, and Natalia slapped and said they were gonna get her tonight or something. So I was like, what is this? Honestly, I've seen that Eva Marie girl on that Total Diva show, and honestly, I'm surprised she isn't fired after trying to go around saying you can dance and pretty much fucked over a lot of guys. And I'm surprised Stephanie McMahon even fired that girl. I don't even know why she's still here after she fucked up a lot of shit, saying you can dance with Fandango, and watching Johnny Curtis in the background. Johnny Curtis actually taught in this show, and why half these guys even agreed to be on the show, like Cena or Bryan. But I'm not even gonna step in. I've only seen probably 1 or 2 episodes. I don't even know why. This is never good to watch on Sunday, except maybe The Simpsons or something. But moving on from that, Cena came out talking about Daniel Bryan. Like, he's pretty much heard the same things before about him being an entertainer and him being a wrestler. He's heard it from guys like The Rock. He's heard it from CM Punk. Other guys saying that Cena, he's this and he's that, and he doesn't change and he's nobody, and Cena's just been the same old shit and everything. Until he was talking about how Cena, he worked his way, he's gone through hard. Even his arm looked like a football after, I guess, something happened last week. He was injured. When you look at his arm, it's all bad and stuff. So, pretty much you say we wrestle all these places, but Cena, he's been there wrestling all the time. And it's kind of true. We've all heard this before and everything. And just, talk about his past and stuff. Daniel Bryan trying to talk about his past and everything. And he says you don't get lucky winning the WWE Championship 11 times, he says. You don't really get lucky doing that. Sorry, my head really itches. You don't pretty much do that all the time. And he pretty much talked about Daniel Bryan. Pretty much now he's risen to the top. He's here. He's been beating people since January. We've always had 6 months now. And pretty much, in my opinion, we all heard this before. I thought it was almost like another CM Punk versus John Cena back in 2011. Talk about CM Punk as the wrestler. He's the real wrestler, and how John Cena's just the entertainer. He's a sports entertainer. He's not a real professional wrestler and stuff. We've heard this before, even from The Rock also. So a lot of guys have said this about Cena until Randy Orton came out talking about, since he is the Money in the Bank winner. He is the Money in the Bank winner and stuff. So, you never know what's going to happen. Because he could cash it in now, he could cash it in tonight, he could cash in at SummerSlam, he could cash it in WrestleMania. So Orton knows, everybody needs to know that Randy Orton's still a threat. Because he has the Money in the Bank case. The Shield pretty much came out there, we're going to attack him until Daniel Bryan came out there with him then. And Brad Maddox came out telling them it's going to be a 6-man with the Shield. And Cena, Bryan, and Orton tonight. The Wyatt family, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper winning tons of funk. They pretty much won the match. Pretty much Bray Wyatt started cutting down his promo in. Talking about Kane, talking about the devil's favorite demon, and telling Kane to follow the buzzards, and pretty much a flame went up, and Kane was going to prove that he's still the devil's favorite demon and stuff. Telling about you trying to plot through everybody's path, but you don't know, you're messing with a real monster, he says. A monster and stuff. And so let's see how you do around a ring of fire or something like that. When you're surrounded by fire at SummerSlam. So honestly, we could be seeing an Inferno match between Bray Wyatt and Kane. It's going to be an Inferno match, and pretty much Bray Wyatt just start holding his arms up in the air on his knees laughing. And what I've heard, they're calling it a Ring of Fire match of what I've read. It's a fucking Inferno match. Don't change the name. Fans aren't fucking stupid, man. Come on. It's an Inferno match. Probably it's going to be Kane. I guess they're trying to put Kane back into his, back what he was back in 1999 or something. Maybe they're trying to make Kane to the monster again and put him in an Inferno match against Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. So, get ready for that. CM Punk was in the back, pretty much somebody's matching Curtis Axel tonight. Somebody's come up to Paul Heyman. He's going to beat the Beast. Caitlyn went against Layla, Layla was talking about she wanted attention, she wanted to be flawless, and Caitlyn, she just, I'm still trying to understand why people don't really like Caitlyn a lot. I don't know why. Maybe she's that bad in the ring or something, and pretty much AJ skipped around, and Layla pretty much won with a kick, and pretty much beating Caitlyn, so it was whatever, and they pretty much skipped around the ring. And I'm starting to see why everybody gets a lot of hate around Caitlyn sometimes, but I don't know. Heath Slater went against Christian. Christian won with the spear. He's the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Curtis Axel went against CM Punk. Pretty much as the match went on, CM Punk and Curtis Axel pretty much battling against each other. They pretty much were battling against each other. Paul Heyman came back out because he kind of ran after Punk ran up on stage and started attacking Curtis Axel. And pretty much, broke Curtis Axel and CM Punk on the ground. CM Punk grabbed Paul Heyman and got him in the ring. I guess it's going to go for a GTS till Brock Lesnar's music hit. And he came out. And then pretty much Axel tried to pull his leg. CM Punk hit the GTS on Axel outside the ring. And then started him and Brock to start going at it until Punk threw him into the turnbuckle and stuff. And CM Punk tried to get a chair on Brock Lesnar, but he blocked it. And Punk threw him pretty much into the turnbuckle again. And pretty much Lesnar do a fucking huge belly-to-belly suplex on CM Punk. And you see CM Punk under his chin just started bleeding and stuff then. He just started bleeding on his neck, and Punk was in the ring with Lesnar. Then pretty much Heyman told Brock to hurt him and stuff, and Punk had the chair and hit Brock Lesnar, and he was going to hit Paul Heyman with it until Lesnar took the chair out of his hand. He F5 CM Punk and started being CM Punk with a chair. And like, holy shit, man, this was a fucking brawl between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar, and they pretty much went into the back then. And then Brock said he's the best in the Beast, and he just pretty much told Paul Heyman, Paul, say something stupid. Which I thought it was funny, but this Punk and Lesnar match is just getting bigger and bigger, so holy shit. And pretty much Paul said he's gonna go one-on-one with CM Punk. He says he will go one-on-one, face-to-face with him. Because pretty much him, Axel just like he stood there confused as ever. Lesnar was just, and Heyman was just pretty much going at him and stuff. So we're gonna see what happens next week on Raw. It's gonna be one more week before SummerSlam then. So I was like, holy shit, this was fucking intense. Whew, I say that. So watch out for that. Fandango went against Kofi Kingston, his return. Kofi Kingston won the match. Trouble in Paradise. Good to see Kofi Kingston back on the show. So kind of got a little bit of new gear. I'm hoping Kofi Kingston goes somewhere bigger now. I'm tired of him being a mid-card and stuff. So I really want Kofi Kingston to go somewhere. Stephanie McMahon was pretty much crying Triple H in the back. Triple H says that Vince McMahon is ruining Raw. He's probably going to ruin SummerSlam and stuff. And he says enough is enough. He's not going to see this damn show fall. So now he's going to stop Vince McMahon. He says he will stop Vince McMahon from destroying the company. Think he can go around doing whatever he wants and messing with Daniel Bryan. You're not benefiting Cena or anything. You're just trying to destroy Daniel Bryan and stuff. So yeah. Usos went against Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. Swagger and Antonio Cesaro won. Neutralizer. They won the match. The Real Americans. Dolph Ziggler went against Biggie Langston. Pretty much AJ kind of distracted. It was almost like a distraction, but Caitlyn came out, and pretty much Caitlyn and AJ started brawling, and pretty much Ziggler tried to break them up, and Biggie Langston clotheslined him, and Caitlyn just stood there and pretty much cost Dolph Ziggler the match. And Biggie Langston hit the big ending, beating Dolph Ziggler. So, yeah. So Caitlyn maybe has messed up a lot of things. People are just having friends now because she just messed up Dolph Ziggler's match and she lost Layla. So what's next now? Also tonight, we also had Sorry, I was just checking it out. No, so I was trying to make sure I had to go back and look at the clips off the show and everything. I was just making sure I could remember all of it. Pretty much the main event tag team match: Daniel Bryan, John Cena, and Randy Orton against the Shield. Kind of quick match because Daniel Bryan had to yes lock in on Seth Rollins, but then when the Shield comes in, so there's an automatic disqualification. I don't get with these disqualifications sometimes when the Shield just jumps in the ring. And pretty much Orton and Cena fought off the Shield. Then Orton then RKO'd Daniel Bryan, and then the Shield got back in the ring and attacked, and pretty much Orton RKO'd Cena, and then he just looked at that briefcase and he was about to cash in the Money in the Bank until the Shield came out. They came back out after he thought they run away. Orton pretty much got out of the ring, and the Shield pretty much speared Cena and threw him out the ring and power bombed Daniel Bryan. So the match wasn't that much, but the ending was something. I'll say that. Orton was going to go cash it in, but I guess he didn't. Pretty much wait for his time. Could have waited till the Shield finished him off, but I guess it wasn't time, even though it was just an RKO on Cena, even though Orton was about to cash it in on Cena for the WWE title. So pretty much, yeah, that kind of ended the show. Show was alright tonight. It was, and pretty much the biggest thing was the Lesnar and Punk brawl again, and I guess the ending and some Daniel Bryan segments and stuff. But this was a good show. I'll say this tonight on Raw. Real good show, and make sure if you go check out that video. I don't know if I said it in my SmackDown review, but please go check out that guy that nut shot at Randy Orton, what he's saying on the internet. Somebody's gonna take his briefcase and stuff, and we all have seen the clip. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my favorites list of pretty much Randy Orton getting nut shot by a fan in the ring, which is pretty funny, and Biggie Langston getting all pissed off on the side of the ring. So it was kind of crazy, I'll say that. But I'm going to be done with this Monday Night Raw review tonight. Make sure you comment, subscribe, check what I am, you know what I do, keep watching the show. Never know what's going to happen next. So you know what I am, you know what I do, you know it's me, the H-O-O-D. Ready to fight, Hooded Knight. Making more wrestlers than a car or a created superstar. And we're just done with this review of Monday Night Raw. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. I'm out of here. Peace, and keep watching the show. Live reactions, reviews, everything, and even look up that article about Craig going to rehab and what TNA is going to do. See ya. I'm out of here. Peace.